Hi everybody, this is Susie and welcome to Wild Orchid Crafts. I have another Wild Bunch video to share with you today, something very shabby chic and very cute. But before I show that to you, I would just like to show you the base of what I created my next design team project on, which is called a Shabby Chic Tussie Mussie. And for those of you who don't know what a Tussie Mussie is, it's almost something like a holder for flowers, a little triangular basket of gifts, something that is very feminine, very pretty, and you can design them in any way that you like, whether you want to do it for any kind of holiday to hang on your tree. I've made many of these as gifts to people in the past for Christmas time and filled it up with little gifts, and they hang it on their tree, and it's just adorable. So I'm just going to get right down to it and show you what the base is of what I made. Now, what I normally do when I make Tussie Mussies is I purchase the actual chipboard Tussie Mussie itself, which is very thick and very heavy weighted. I had some extra ones, and for the life of me, when I started getting my room together to pack it up for the new studio move, I must have put those in there and I can't find them. So I decided to completely design this on my own from 100% scratch. So here we go. Alrighty. I have some very heavy weighted cardstock paper. It's quite large. It's 12 by 18. I use them for cards and invitations and so on. And this is just a piece of the scrap that was left over that I'm showing you. It's not the actual size of my Tussie Mussie that I'm going to share with you in a second. But I just wanted to show you because I just posted this on Facebook and I'm already having people asking me, how did you make it? Please do a tutorial. This took me at least 2 hours to make, so I really don't know if I would do the tutorial. What I can do though now is share with you step by step how I designed the Tussie Mussie. So you're just going to get a piece of paper, you're going to roll it into a cone. You're going to leave the widest end open. I'm just going to pull back a little bit over here, you guys, okay? Okay. And you're going to notice that the widest end of your Tussie Mussie is going to be like an odd shape. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to just kind of cut off that triangular piece that's left over. And it doesn't matter if it's even or not, so don't even worry about it. You know me, I'm totally carefree when I'm crafting. And you've got this cone-shaped, kind of almost witch's hat looking type of Christmas tree thingy going on here. And this is going to be your base. If you have some cardstock that's very heavy weighted, not necessarily chipboard, because bending the chipboard you might have creases and dents and it might not be that easy to work with. And what I do is, just as I find myself getting to the point where, oh, this looks like a cone, I just scotch tape the edges here very well with a few pieces, and I also put one piece on the inside just to reinforce it. Okay, so now we will get down to the actual project itself, and here we go. I'm just going to remove this sign. Oops, isn't that a lovely introduction? I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Okay. Alrighty. Are you going to stay for me or what? Okay. Alright, so as you can see, that's quite a large Tussie Mussie. I had a really big, it would have been a lot larger if I didn't cut off that big piece up on the top. But I did. And what I had done was, I had used some, I'm just going to zoom up here so that you can get an idea of what the base of it is. On top of the actual cardstock, I put pink cotton material, and I used my hot glue gun for everything. And on the inside, once I cut off everything, I just flapped. This is hard for me. Let me just get up and do this. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Okay. When I had started cutting off all around the top, I left about 4 inches, and I just cut each flap all the way around. I probably wind up doing a tutorial for this, and pushed it all in and just closed them all off with some flat back pearls. Okay. And on top of the actual fabric itself, which is from my stash, I used some vintage lace, which is very wide. Let me see if I have that on hand here. No, I don't. I thought I might have it on hand. I know it's probably underneath this this blanket thingy. Anyway, I used pink lace all around underneath. And I had this ribbon that I hardly ever used from Michael's craft store. I probably bought it about 3 years ago, and I still have it on my ribbon rack. And I tied a bow, and I used some of that really pretty Victorian type of lace up on top. It's like a cream colored lace, cream off-white, with little tiny rosettes going all the way around. So that's around the top. And I also have that at the very bottom. And of course, in between, I'm using the Wild Orchid Craft seam binding, which is the actual holder. Okay, and the Wild Orchid Craft flowers, which you see, those are the wild roses way at the bottom that I'm focusing on there, which are very beautiful in person. Those are the two-tone pink ones. All the item numbers on everything that I use here will be listed in the drop-down box below, so that if you're interested in getting some of these things for yourself, you'll know exactly where to go and what the item numbers are to purchase those. And if you can see here, these are absolutely gorgeous. The shooting pearls, they are huge. They come just the way you see it. They're very large. Probably, I would say about, I don't know, 6 inches long, and they have the pearls on them that are very substantial in size. And if you can also see there, right over here, all those really pretty Cabochon off-white pearlized roses. Very pretty. There's also the flat back pearls in there that are glued down, of course, with a glue gun again. And there are some very small roses that are in there. The hip roses, two-tone right over here. The pink ones. I usually get too close, and then people remind me that I'm too close, so I try not to get close. These little hip roses over here, and you've got your flat back pearls there. And then you've got some bling from my stash in there. And you also have these really pretty strand of white pearls from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I actually made this little concoction at the bottom so that it could hang out of the hole there, but I wish that you can see it like totally hanging up, which I don't have anything to hang it on at all to show you, but let's see if I can just improvise a little here. See, if it was hanging, it would be hanging like that, perhaps on a doorknob, hanging on the wall in your craft room with maybe some really pretty flowers hanging out of it, or lots of ribbons and lace drooping off out of it. I mean, it's just a very, very versatile thing to make if you haven't made one. They're a lot of fun. I also have the trellis roses that are inside there, and some of the scraps that were left over, I just stuck them in there so that you wouldn't see the bottom white of the cardstock. I had a lot of fun making this. I haven't been making really very big detailed projects lately. I've just been detained with a lot of things, and I just felt like making something a little bit different. Usually around the holiday time, I start making a lot of the Tussie Mussies and pillows and hats and a little more detailed things for gifts and so on, although I won't be doing any gifts this Christmas at all. But again, this is my Shabby Chic Tussie Mussie. I hope that you like it. They're very simple to make. If you need to have a detailed tutorial on this, can you just like send me a message and let me know? Because if I have like 1 or 2 people asking, it's not that I would not want to do it for you, it's just very time consuming. But if I have something like 20 people asking me, you know, can you do the tutorial, I'd be more than happy to do it for a bunch of people. I do have a lot of projects that are coming up. I have so many of them, it's not even funny. But because I had some tragedy in the family, my I just haven't really been into getting very detailed, with the exception to this one today, which is really very beautiful. Yeah, go ahead and try yours. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write me at SuzieCrafter10@AOL.com, or right here on my YouTube channel, SuzieCrafter10. I try to answer back all of the messages that I do get. Sometimes I can have over 50 email messages a week from fans, and just questions and things like that, instructions, where to's and how to. So again, www.wildovercrafts.com. I will have everything listed in the drop down box below, and my favorite flower that I use actually is called the large two-tone baby pink wild rosebud, which is the one that you see right there. I have to tell you, ladies, if you have not tried one of these roses yet, and I don't care how many duplicates are out there, other retailers who try to replicate this, it's not happening. This is an absolutely gorgeous rose. It's so lifelike and so beautiful, and you should really try and check it out. I believe they come in like a powder blue, yellow, and white. Maybe not the blue, or maybe just yellow, white, and pink. I'm not really sure, but you can go on onto the site and check. I will list all of the items in the drop-down box below. And I hope all of you are doing well and feeling great. And thank you so much for stopping by, and please do come by again. All of your comments are very welcome and appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.